The Celestials are some of the oldest and most powerful beings over in the Marvel Universe. I mean, they're often just treated as literally godlike, for all the strength and all the power that comes with that. The Celestials have incredible cosmic powers that allow them to shape and destroy universes, making their abilities almost limitless. But while they are insanely powerful, they're not the most powerful. There's always going to be a bigger fish. There are a few heroes that can beat a Celestial. And today, that's what we're going to talk about. But before we get into it, make sure you go subscribe. Only 20% of y'all are subscribed, so make sure you go change that. Hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications. It helps out a ton, and plus you get to see awesome videos every single day. And if you already are subscribed, well, y'all are amazing. Y'all are just crushing life, so just keep on killing it. Now let's get it. The Phoenix Force is actually one of the oldest known cosmic beings in Marvel. It is the nexus of all psionic energy that currently exists, or has existed, or even will exist across all realities. And given all the raw power at its disposal, well, it can destroy as well as create parts of the universe. Now, the Phoenix Force is kinda infamous for using different hosts over the years, the biggest one being Jean Grey. When she became the Dark Phoenix, well, it devoured the energies of the Debari star system and annihilated 5 billion inhabitants in the process. So that's crazy. Phoenix also held her own against other cosmic powerhouses like Galactus, meaning it could probably take down a Celestial as well. Reed Richards is one of the smartest heroes on Earth, and so if any abstract entity that's totally intent on consuming the Earth is ever approaching at light speed, well, Mr. Fantastic and the Fantastic Four are the ones to call. And give him enough prep time, or Reed Richards could make a powerful enough invention to stop one or even stop all of the Celestials. I mean, he and his family were the ones who turned back the original giant cosmic space god, Galactus. So he knows a little something about massive space dudes that can decide the fate of mankind on a whim. In fact, in one Fantastic Four arc, 3 alternate reality Reed Richards came together and formed the Interdimensional Council of Reeds, so 100 different versions of the smart, stretchy guy. They operated out of interdimensional space and actually fought the Celestials. Funny enough, the cosmic giants with godlike powers actually wanted the Council's technology. That's how good Reed's tech is. Whenever the Celestials show up and visit Earth, well, you definitely want at least one Reed on your side. In a Marvel one-shot, we're introduced to the Avengers of 1 million BC, a team made up of familiar yet almost entirely new heroes. See, the Marvel Universe is filled with characters who are imbued with the powers of ancient gods or beings, like Jean Grey and the Phoenix Force, Thor and the Odin Force, and Doctor Strange with his Eye of Agamotto. Well, it turns out they weren't the first one to wield these powers. And in 1 million BC, these Avengers defeated a Celestial. Odin, the Phoenix, Black Panther, Starbrand, Iron Fist, Agamotto, and Ghost Rider all came together to vanquish the Fallen, a deranged Celestial that came to Earth and caused insane destruction. The Stone Age Avengers defeated this mad Celestial and buried it under what is now South Africa. Then years later, well, we found out that some secrets don't stay buried. Now, as powerful as Superman is, he can't quite take on a Celestial on his own. He might be able to injure it, Thor has done that before, but then the Celestial heals and is just right back at it. But what about if Superman spent a little bit of time in the sun? Like 15 million years or something like that. What about then? Well, then I think Superman can definitely do it. He's definitely powerful enough to take down a Celestial. I mean, after sun dipping for just a little while, he was able to knock down a 6th-dimensional being. He can definitely beat a Celestial after being in the sun for millions of years. No question. Aside from having one of the most awesome / most ridiculous names in the history of comics, Blackagar Boltigan, the leader of the Inhumans is one of the most powerful beings in the Marvel Universe. With just a word, Black Bolt can straight up level mountains, threaten to destroy the entire planet. Basically, nothing can survive it. And in an alternate future, Black Bolt's voice brought down a whole host of Celestials that attacked Earth in an alternate future. The mad titan Thanos wins. It's a twisted world. We get to see what happens if, or maybe when, Thanos is unleashed at his full potential, taking on the entire multiverse and emerging victorious. At one point, after battling his way through every Marvel hero, we see Thanos confronted with the judgment of the Celestials, who've come to punish him for destroying their creation. But refusing their judgment, Thanos stabs Black Bolt through the chest. Whether it's the Inhuman scream or the resulting power from his body, the shockwave destroys half the planet and wipes out the Celestials in the process. That means that Black Bolt has the power to eliminate the Celestials inside of his body. The son of Reed Richards and Sue Storm, Franklin Richards was always expected to do great things. But no one ever really saw this coming. See, Franklin developed reality-shaping abilities that made him one of the most powerful kids in the Marvel Universe. His powers have kind of fluctuated over the years, but he can still tap into some incredible levels of cosmic energy when needed. Franklin created a pocket universe and resurrected the heroes that died while fighting Onslaught. Then, following 2015's Secret Wars event, Franklin went with his parents on a mission to restore the multiverse, working alongside Reed and Molecule Man to create new universes from nothing and rebuild what once was before the incursions. He even used his power to resurrect Galactus after he died. Ashima the Listener and Nizar the Calculator evaluated Franklin to see if he could join them as a new Celestial. Franklin has beaten powerful Celestials a few times, both as a kid and then as an adult. Man, what can't Batman do? Just like Mr. Fantastic, when cosmic alien gods come to Earth, there's nobody else that you want by your side. This guy's plans and is prepared for literally any instance that comes his way. It wouldn't surprise that Bruce already has a plan for how to deal with the Celestials, even though they're a threat from a whole different multiverse. That's how prepared Batman is for each and every occasion. He's got his own army of Justice League robots, got basically every tool and weapon in DC, even a Phantom Zone projector, and some pretty crazy suits, like a suit that allows him to become like a god in terms of perception, or even his 6-dimensional final suit. The Celestials are insanely powerful, but I definitely wouldn't put it past Batman to come up with some plan for to take them down. Doctor Strange definitely ebbs and flows in power level, but there have been a few instances throughout the years when he's definitely powerful enough to take down a Celestial, like the classic Doctor Strange, where he's able to match up against the Beyonder and Dormammu, and even cosmic level entities. Doctor Strange was able to hold his own against beings on that level. So yeah, squaring off against a Celestial is definitely something that's within his wheelhouse. Then there's somebody like Black Priest Doctor Strange, where Strange sold his entire soul for a taste of godhood, became the leader of the Black Priest. These things are beings that can fundamentally alter reality just by speaking, doing it with their words and letters. While most Black Priests only know a few letters or a few syllables, Doctor Strange is able to speak in words, and he knows all of them. If you didn't know that Tony Stark has a brother, well, that's okay. Marvel forgets that he does too, like all the time. But when Arno Stark does make an appearance, well, he'll remind you that he's capable of destroying a Celestial like it's no big deal. Before Tony came along, Howard and Maria had another kid, Arno, who was genetically manipulated by the Regalian Recorder 451, a being who believed that the Earth needed a child that could rise above humanity and protect them from the Celestials. In the present day, the Recorder approached Iron Man since he thought he was the one who could fight the oncoming cosmic menace. He gifted Tony the Godkiller armor, an ancient weapon that could kill a Celestial and could only be wielded by the son of Howard and Maria Stark. But when Tony tried and failed to use Godkiller, well, the truth came out. Tony was actually the adopted son of the Starks, and the real firstborn was Arno. And as the biological son of Howard and Maria, he was the only human being who could pilot a suit of armor custom made to take out Celestials like it's no big deal. Of course, Tony later went on to build his own suit of Iron Man armor that was modeled after the Godkiller, so able to stand up to the Dark Celestials, so don't count him out either. And we just had to close out the list with another version of Superman, arguably the most powerful version of Superman ever. The Thought robot is a being created by the Monitors, basically an entire race of living tribunals, and it's very, 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 very powerful. And its main power is essentially infinite adaptation. That's what allowed it to fight against and beat Mandrake, a being who was threatening the multiverse. And the way that works is that, let's say a Celestial is stronger or more powerful than Superman. It's beating Cosmic Armor Superman. Well, then Superman just adapts and becomes more powerful than the Celestial. It's kinda hard to beat that. But what do y'all think? Sound off in the comments down below. I know you're gonna have thoughts and feelings on this one for sure. If you stuck around this long and made it to the end of the video, that's amazing. Thank you so much for watching and for supporting us. And if you want to go subscribe, well, go subscribe. You're going to see more videos like this one every single week. I'll see y'all then. I'll see y'all next time.